Hi, and welcome to my kitchen. My name is Melissa Leroy. I'm a holistic nutritional practitioner, currently working with Dr. Joseph Bacone at Foothills Wellness Center. Welcome back to week number 7 of our 52-week Eating Healthy Challenge. It's Valentine's Day, so happy Valentine's Day. I am in the kitchen this afternoon preparing for the week ahead, and we have a very exciting menu planned for you this week again. If you haven't had a chance to check out the menus, the recipes, or the YouTube videos, please make sure that you visit us on Facebook and like us, Foothills Wellness Center, and or On Fire Healing. We would love to see the pictures of the recipes that you've tried and some of your feedback. We'd love to hear that as well. The first recipe that we have for you today is a Portobello Baked eggs. So this is going to be our grab and go breakfast. We're going to go ahead and make it this afternoon, cook it, and it'll be a quick grab and go as we're heading out the door this week. So let's get started. We're going to start with 4 eggs. So we're going to put 4 eggs right here into our large measuring cup. For those of you gardeners out there, you may wonder, every week we do some type of egg, because egg breakfast, if you've ever heard Dr. Bacone talk, eggs are an excellent source of protein, particularly for women to digest. So I bet you wonder, what does she do with all of those eggshells? These are actually wonderful in the garden. Most of the time during the winter months, I actually compost them, put them in our compost. During the summer months, though, you can actually grind them up, put them on the surface of the garden, and this keeps the snails and slugs from eating all of those precious greens in your garden. It's something about the sharpness of the shells that they just won't crawl across. So a great little tip there for you. To this mixture, we are going to add 2 tablespoons of sun-dried tomatoes. So we have some sun-dried tomatoes here that we have purchased from the store. I am all out of sun-dried tomatoes from my garden. So we've purchased these, and I've gone ahead and just coarsely chopped these up. So because I'm doubling the recipe today, because I want 4 eggs for the week, 4 individual portobello mushrooms, the original recipe calls for 2 eggs and 2 tablespoons of sun-dried tomatoes. So since I'm doubling it today, we're going to add 4 tablespoons of sun-dried tomatoes. And that is just about perfect. I'm just going to go ahead and dump the rest of those in there because I love sun-dried tomatoes. To this, we are going to add 4 tablespoons of a soft cheese. So I have chosen to use goat cheese today. This is actually an herbed goat cheese with a little bit of garlic, so it's going to kind of enhance this flavor of the sun-dried tomatoes. So we're going to add 4 tablespoons in here. Wonderful. To that mixture, we're going to add just a little bit of salt and pepper. The salt is just going to kind of tone down the sweetness of those sun-dried tomatoes and really help to blend the flavor of the herbed goat cheese as well. So we're going to set that aside for just a second, and we're going to start to work on our portobello mushrooms. So I went ahead and purchased these in bulk at the grocery store. One thing that you want to make note about mushrooms is they're very porous. The one thing that you never want to do is run them under water. So if you need to clean them, the best way to do that is simply with a damp paper towel, and then you can just simply brush the dirt right off. I've already pre-cleaned these. So what we want to do now is we want to get the insides prepared for when we pour the baked eggs in there, or the eggs before we bake them. So you're just going to use a spoon, and you're just going to travel along the inside rim, and we're just going to pull out all of those mushroom gills. And they'll come out pretty easily here with a spoon. Now some people like to leave the gills in there. You certainly can. It's going to give it more of an earthy flavor when you're baking the mushrooms. I just like a little bit more room in there for the egg mixture. So voila. So we're going to use this hamburger pan hamburger bun pan, which these mushrooms fit perfectly right inside one of the wells. So now what we're going to do, I'm just going to clean off my spoon here. We're just gently going to start mixing this egg mixture up, combining all of those ingredients. Remember, we've got 4 tablespoons of sun-dried tomatoes, 4 tablespoons of softened goat cheese, and this is actually the herb goat cheese with garlic, a little bit of salt and pepper just to marry all the flavors together. You can see the mixture is coming along rather nicely here. Beautiful yellow color. You can see all of those wonderful herbs and spices in there from the goat cheese. And the bright color of the red, the sun-dried tomatoes. Now what we're going to do is we're just going to pour the mixture in. Don't worry if it gets a little out of the mushroom, that's fine. It's going to bake. It's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect. To the top of that, we're going to add just a piece of fresh basil. That's going to cook right on top. We're going to put this in a preheated oven to 400 degrees, and you're going to cook it for about 15 to 20 minutes until those eggs are really fluffy and done. I hope you enjoy this recipe. Happy and healthy eating.